We thought you'd want to go to the embassy first.
No need. Is General Dahan at the meeting site?
Yes, and the Palestinian.
How big a group?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 on each side, plus me, liaison.
Press being kept away?
At the meeting site secret, near the old Green Line.
What's going on?
Oh, it's a procedure. I'm sorry, just a few minutes.
Hey. Ela machone yora ele lavo. Imo kavaftara. Siku.
Sir.
Stay in the car.
Where is that arms factory? Slovenia or Slovakia?
Slovakia. The plastic explosives are shipped through Slovenia to the Middle East.
Oh, that's all they need after another bus bombing in Tel Aviv.
Also shipped to Africa for the civil war in Congo.
Can we get the factory shut down?
Slovaks will do it if you pay them a visit.
They want a show of American support for the regime.
Right, photos of you shaking hands with the prime minister.
Robert, when you had this job, how many Slovaks' hands would you have to shake to get an arms factory closed?
2. One to hold the light bulb, the other to turn the chair. I just got a call from an old friend, General Yasser Al-Taya.
Intelligence chief for the Palestinian Authority.
He wants to meet with you.
Why?
He didn't say.
All right. Set it up.
Sir, don't you think you should inform the Israelis?
Not yet. Let's see what this man has to say. And if he's really Quinn's friend, wouldn't hurt to have some background on him.
Yasser Al-Taya. Was he ever on our payroll?
Not in our records.
It would have been while Quinn was DCI.
Well, then it definitely wouldn't be in our records.
Why don't you give him this?
Why?
It has a tracking device in it.
A tracking device? Yasser Al-Taya is an intelligence professional. He's not going to walk around with a gift pen from the CIA.
Right. He'll throw it away. But to throw it away, he has to touch it.
And
a light coating of a zinc alloy powder with a distinctive IR signature. Takes 2 weeks to wash off. We can track him anywhere.
Huh.
Al-Taya's family is originally from Haifa. refugees in '48. He grew up with the PLO in a camp in southern Lebanon. He's always been mainstream in the organization. He rose to prominence during his exile in Tunisia, and he's loyal to the leadership. If Palestine ever becomes a state, he'll be in the cabinet.
How close are he and Quinn?
From all accounts, not close enough.
Well, we still don't know what he wants.
No, sir.
Thanks, Jackson. Oh, will you give this back to Joshua for me?
Oh, sure.
Don't touch the pen.
Good morning, Styles.
Thank you.
Director Gage, thank you for saying.
My pleasure, General. And I must say, a surprise.
I have a meeting in New York City at the United Nations.
So you were just in the neighborhood?
I have a problem back home in Palestine.
Well, that's an understatement.
Hamas and other fundamentalist groups are planning to destroy the peace process.
What peace process? Talks between your people and Israel broke down a long time ago.
That's because of the actions of the Israelis.
So these fundamentalists, what is it exactly they're trying to destroy?
Palestinian leadership. Hamas is planning assassinations.
So your concern is for the peace process, but your actual problem is you and your friends might be killed.
It's your problem too. With Hamas, you only have war forever. For me and my friends, peace is at least an ideal.
What do you want?
Intelligence on Hamas. You have the technical means of surveillance that we do not. You are watching the West Bank, Gaza.
You want us to gather information on your enemies.
Maybe one day, we can return the favor.
Morning, Ms. Lowell. Have a nice weekend. Oh, you and Mr. Stiles didn't...
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm sorry.
God, what is it with men?
What is what?
Why do they act so childish sometimes?
I don't know. Some say it's part of our charm.
My ex called while we were away, and Styles completely overreacted.
Your ex-husband?
Yeah.
Why was he calling?
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's realized that I wasn't so terrible after all. But so what? I mean, it's too late. I'm not interested. But why else even care?
You know the reason why her ex-husband called?
No?
Because she broke a dinner date with him. Now, she didn't want to tell me at first, but I eventually got it out of her. She said she just wanted to have a friendly dinner to set things straight.
Thanks.
You don't have to have dinner to do that.
Does he know about you?
No. That's another thing. If you're seeing somebody, you say so. Right? I mean, especially if it's your ex-husband.
I don't think...
You know, Terry and I have been dancing around some kind of relationship for a long time. And finally, this weekend, I thought we'd made a breakthrough. But now...
He's here now?
He was in the building for a liaison working group. He says it'll just take a minute.
I wish I was this popular in high school. Okay, bring him in.
Please. Director Gage, Peter Ishgal, the Israeli Mossad.
Mr. Ishkal, how are you?
You tell me, why are you meeting with General Al-Taaq of the Palestinian intelligence?
Who says I did?
No one, not you, not Mr. Reese. This is why we are concerned.
Well, I wasn't aware I was supposed to run my meetings by the Mossad for their approval.
You understand our position. You are our closest ally. We're at war with them.
Well, I thought you were trying to make peace.
That's not possible now because of the Palestinians' murderous actions and their...
Mr. Ishkal, are you people talking at all?
Of course not.
You should be.
We did. Once. Not now.
Come back here tomorrow. Noon. I'll give you a full report.
Mr. Stiles, a certain Palestinian was in this building today, and the Mossad Knew he was here. We assumed this Palestinian, General Altaya, was followed. And we'd like you to take a look at him and his entourage and see how it was accomplished and prevent it from happening again. Come in, Ms. Lowell. That photograph is for Mr. Stiles.
This is General.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome back, Mr. Eshkol. I see you brought reinforcements.
Miss Shamir is visiting from Israel. She works with our director as an analyst.
I believe our director wanted to meet with you privately. Jackson.
Well, I'd be happy to sit and have a conversation with Miss Shamir. I'm an analyst, too.
Oh, you look like an analyst.
Is that good?
I don't think there's anything better. But then I'm biased.
Just a minute, please.
So what do you analyze?
The United States. There's no country more important for us to understand, or as difficult.
Director's ready.
Levante.
You want answers? I thought you should get them from the horse's mouth. General Altaya, Peter Eshkol.
I can't meet with him.
I wasn't expecting to see you either.
With all due respect, sir.
Tell him what you were saying about Hamas.
I appreciate what you're trying to do.
Then let me do it. Tell him.
There's a fundamentalist cell in Jenin. They're planning to assassinate officials of the Palestinian Authority and of Israel.
Then why don't you arrest them? You see, that's the problem.
We don't have the specifics.
General Altaya came here to ask for technical surveillance data. We have some, but you have informants on the West Bank. If we all pooled our information, we could make a dent in the violence.
You can't pool intelligence information with an enemy.
If you want to keep having a war, at least fight on your own terms. Why be dragged into more conflict by a terrorist group that hates you both and just wants to see you destroy each other?
I can't even be having this conversation without my director. I'm sorry.
Wait. Carl.
Yes.
Has the president cleared our trip?
Yes, sir.
I'd very much like to meet your director. Why don't we go see him? All of us.
What's going on?
I need an ambulance. People are inside. Help. Help. I need an ambulance.
Terry.
Oh, finally talking to me. What's wrong?
We have to go to Israel.
Stiles and Lowell should be landing in a few hours. Yes, I will. And Tom, if there's any news, please let me know. They're still in surgery. I've notified every COS in the Middle East they're to go to Condition Alpha. I want to see all division chiefs in 30 minutes. Leave is canceled.
Yes, sir. Has anyone claimed responsibility for the attack?
Not yet. We may have to assign responsibility.
I don't understand. Where was Israeli security? Why weren't they guarding the cars?
They were. The guards were shot down. 4 were killed. It was a brilliantly executed operation.
I don't share your admiration, Mr. Quinn.
Admiring my enemy doesn't stop me from killing him. 30 minutes.
How are they?
They're both going to be in surgery for a while longer.
But how are they?
Mr. Reese's right lung has collapsed. There's internal bleeding, possible injuries to his spleen and liver. We're still exploring the extent of damage.
And Mr. Hazley?
He's experiencing intracranial pressure due to a subdural hematoma. That's pressure on his brain from a buildup of blood inside his skull. At this point, his life is not in danger.
What does that mean?
With this kind of injury, there's a possibility of brain damage. We'll keep you informed.
Director Gage. This is General Dahan, my director.
General.
We came as soon as we heard. How are your people?
It seems they're going to live.
I lost mine.
The young woman. I'm sorry.
We'll find out who did this.
I want my agency to be involved in the investigation, if you don't mind.
We don't mind. This is Nili Dembski of our security office. She's supervising the arrangements to get you back to your embassy. We've heard from Washington.
I'm not going to the embassy.
You're going home?
Despite the president's concern, I'm staying right here.
There's a lot of blood.
Well, we're still alive. Focus on that.
Stars.
I know. We're gonna just stay focused. Okay? Because everything else is just... it's just a waste.
There were 4 gunmen wearing stolen Israeli army uniforms. The jeeps they were driving were stolen from a checkpoint near Jenin 2 days ago.
Who were the gunmen?
Palestinians. Who would you expect?
How do they know where to set up the roadblock? Wasn't the motorcade route a secret?
We found this on one of them.
Disposable cell phone.
Spotters.
On every road leading away from Lod Airport, they wait, they watch, and they call.
You buy them for cash, no paperwork. You use the minutes that are prepaid, then you throw them away. For the assassin who prefers to remain anonymous.
How anonymous are they?
Lex, they all came from the same refugee camp at Jenin. 2 had been arrested for throwing rocks at Israeli soldiers, 1 for assaulting a Palestinian Authority policeman. All were poor and unemployed. This one was a university graduate.
You got this information from Assad.
They're sharing so far.
What have you got on the phones?
There were a bunch of calls made to the phone found at the scene right before the attack, all from numbers belonging to other disposables.
When was the first call made?
Right after the motorcade left the airport. Then 3 more calls in the next 10 minutes.
They must have had a small army working on this.
And they all threw away their phones so they couldn't be traced.
Except for one. Somebody still has 40 prepaid minutes, and I guess he doesn't want to waste them. He's making a call right now.
Your phone. What were you saying to your mother when we picked you up, Ali? We killed the Americans, God is great. Why did you get this? Did one of these men give it to you? You tell me right now. Do you understand? I'll take these Americans outside. Do you understand me?
I found it. I don't know where it came from.
Would you wait outside for me, please?
No.
Well, maybe you should answer his question, Ali.
Who gave you the cell phone, Ali?
What will you do to him?
What would you do? He's responsible for the deaths of 4 of my people.
All right, we gotta go.
Him.
His name is Ahmad Habib. He's a senior commander in Hamas.
Does the Mossad know where he is?
They're looking.
How is he?
We drew fluid and blood from his thoracic cavity and repaired the tissue damage to his right lung. But the shrapnel damage to his spleen was so extensive, we had no choice but to remove it. There was no alternative. We think we stopped the bleeding, but there's always a chance. We'll have to go back in again.
But he's going to make it.
Ask me again in 24 hours.
Sir. Jackson.
Where?
You're in the hospital. The motorcade was attacked. There was an explosion.
Where is the girl? You remember?
Director, I'm sorry, but General Altaye is here to see you.
General?
Sir, this is my deputy, Colonel Tambor. We want you to know that we abhor this attack on you.
I appreciate you coming here.
The Palestinian Authority is going to condemn this action the strongest
That won't be enough. I want you to do more than condemn. I want you to tell me where this man is. His name is Ahmad Habib.
I believe he's on the Mossad's most wanted list. Have you asked General Dahan?
I'm asking you.
I thought the purpose of your trip was to share information.
You tell me where this man is. The Israelis will stand down. And we've made our first step toward building goodwill and trust.
And what steps will the Israelis be taking?
You asked me for help. You said you might be able to return the favor.
Let me make a phone call.
Ken. Yeah. How about that?
Habib?
We just missed him. Our people found cash, weapons, disposable phones, and a warm piece of chicken on the kitchen table.
Well, someone tipped him off.
Palestinian intelligence, it's always the same game. First they tell us where the terrorist is, then they warn him.
Mr. Eshkol, your team may have been spotted.
Which is always their excuse. This is how it happens every time. And we've come to expect it, just as the PA has come to expect our response.
מר אשכול, יש לך שיחה דחופה.
close. We have a good lead.
Sir. 20 minutes ago, General Altai was killed. A car bomb exploded outside his house.
I told him you wouldn't retaliate.
We didn't.
Hamas. They killed him because he was cooperating with me.
Would you like me to arrange a transport plane to get your people home?
I told you I'm staying here.
But without General Altai,
He had a deputy.
you can possibly still be considering having your conference. Now, here.
Especially now. Especially here.
This is what's left of the car that carried the bomb. It was parked across the street from Altai's residence.
When the general returned home, he got out of his car, and boom.
Cell phone electronics. The victims?
No, his phone was found on him. That's a detonator. You attach it to the bomb, someone dials the number, it doesn't ring, it explodes.
Payback. Hamas knew Altai told us where to find their man Habib.
J-shaped nails. Corrugated fasteners.
For maximum destruction of the soft tissue.
Tiny particles of sawdust. Was anything in the car made of wood?
No, nothing. Must have been a contaminant in the bomb.
It was made in a wood shop.
Where do you think this was made? Don't suppose you can trace a license plate number?
From 2 digits, that only narrows it down to about 50,000 people.
It's Palestinian. For a personal vehicle. Issued in Ramallah. In the last 6 months. The older plates were made of tin.
Why do I get the feeling you've made a few of those?
Take it easy, slowly.
We're very lucky, you know that, Jackson?
Why?
We're still alive.
Not all of us. Carl. What happened?
There was a bomb. Under the car.
Under?
Yeah.
I remember there was bullets that were hitting, and then so then I tried to push, you know, her. I tried to push that girl down on the floor so that the bullets wouldn't hit her, and I, because it was a bulletproof car. So I was trying to shield her, so I pushed her.
Jackson.
Oh, my God. I was trying to protect her.
Your instincts were right.
She shielded me. And it's the reason I'm alive.
That's probably why we're all still alive.
Sir, as security coordinator, I urge you to move this meeting or at least to postpone it.
This is perfect, Neely. Look, fresh coffee whenever we want it. Gentlemen, thank you for coming. General Tambor, my condolences on the death of General Altaya.
Thank you, sir. I haven't heard condolences from General Dahan.
No, I from you after the suicide bombing in
The
Tel Aviv,
Palestinian
Netanya,
Authority
Jerusalem,
has condemned every one
and
of those.
condoned them.
That is not true. The murder of General Altay. Did we commit that against ourselves? How can it be more clear that we have groups among us that we cannot control?
The point is, maybe you can control them together. Gentlemen, we have an opportunity here. What we achieve at our level could be a blueprint for our leaders.
Would it be possible to get a more comfortable chair?
This was taken by one of our satellites over the side of the car bombing that killed General Altaya. 11 minutes after it happened.
Well, let's move back in time. Same location, 30 minutes earlier. There. Well, that's the car with the bomb, parked.
The angle's no good. I can't get the license plate.
Let's step back further, a few minutes at a time. The getaway car followed the bomb car to the site, then took the driver away.
Can you get its license plate number?
I'll try.
Don't try. Do.
Yes, sir. There.
The car is registered to Rachel Cohen. She's a school teacher in the settlement.
I take it she's not a Muslim fundamentalist.
No.
Someone's coming. 2 people. A man and a woman. Good bet it's Rachel Cohen.
Who's he?
I don't know.
We've got the pictures. We're running face recognition with Hamas. Other Middle East data files. We have a match. Eli Agassi, reserve captain with the Israeli Defense Force.
The Israeli army?
Yes. And he's a demolitions expert.
Sir, let me get back to you. You son of a bitch. It was you.
What are you talking about?
Israel killed Altaya. The man who got into that car is a demolitions expert in your army.
You're sure?
You as good as told us you were going to retaliate for the attack on the motorcade.
But we didn't.
You're saying Captain Agassi there was operating on his own?
Agassi? Captain Eli Agassi?
You do know who he is.
No, I don't know him. The Israeli jeeps, the uniforms they used by the Palestinians to attack the motorcade, they were reported stolen by a Captain Eli Agassi.
The Israeli army captain is working with Hamas. He and his girlfriend, he's a settler, owns a small furniture factory, ultra-conservative. Believes the entire West Bank belongs to Jews only. A gift from God.
Hamas is against the peace process. He's against the peace process.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Make them stay at that table, sir.
Captain Agassi and Miss Cohen are still not talking. They want to see their rabbi.
This is where he works, right?
He builds furniture.
And bombs.
J-shaped nails. Phone numbers.
Are Hamas's friends on there?
Just initials. Coded reference.
Okay, this is Semtex.
Plastic explosive.
This cell phone casing matches the phone that detonated that bomb. The one that killed General Altaya.
Another cell phone casing. That would mean He's made another bomb.
What's that?
I don't know. Whatever it is, Mr. Agassi made an exact replica.
With syntax.
Here we are, comfortable chairs for everyone.
Wouldn't be enough to take out a building. Car, maybe. Some very specific target.
Well, gentlemen, shall we resume?
We're putting in extra phones, a fax machine, whatever you might need.
Thank you, Neely. What I mainly need are these two gentlemen here.
I leave you to it then.
I hope you find this more to your liking.
Thank you.
כן?
אדוני, אשכול מדבר. אנחנו מנמי שאגשי הנחת. פסטסת.
איפה?
אנחנו לא יודעים, אבל אני ממליץ לכם את ביניהם.
וללכת לאן, מר אשכול? מקום בטוח.
I'm going over there.
אפשר לדבר עם גברת דמסקי.
נילי,
אני אדאג לזה.
the people who attacked you and murdered General Altaye have planted another bomb. You might want to have your people look into it.
Can I have a few minutes, please?
Of course.
Tiene el teléfono.
Please.
Terry sent the phone numbers they found at the bomb factory.
More disposable cell phones?
Yeah. Purchased at various stores in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem over the last 2 weeks. No way to trace them when they're not being used.
Any way to link them to this Captain Agassi?
These numbers were found in his workshop.
I mean, through his friends. Who does he talk with, go to bars with, blow up motorcades with?
Israelis sent over his army personnel record. I'm trying to track down his credit card records.
Old school records, personal phone records.
Got those 2 hours ago.
And?
And he makes calls to, went to school with, and served in the army alongside a whole bunch of people. Now, I'm cross-referencing the list with radical Jewish organizations.
While you're cross-referencing, one of them is going to be dialing a number and setting off a bomb.
Unless you can block those phones.
I can jam all cell phone traffic in Jerusalem.
We have barricades around the building. We have increased security on the floors above and below.
Who has access to this floor?
Nobody. Nothing without going through my people.
With respect, Ms. Dembski, one of your people could be involved.
I have been doing this for a very long time. I don't need to be second-guessed.
Do you have any idea what this
How can we help?
Stay out of my way. Director, the others are ready.
Wish me luck.
Good luck, sir.
Finally. So, we making progress?
Styles? I'm afraid a Gage might need this file. Could you? Dead spot?
What?
Cell phone dead spot, no service?
Yes, I was trying to call my office.
Here, try mine.
We're opening our files on Hamas members, looking at anyone who have had contacts with unidentified Israelis.
Good. I believe we should all have a copy of Special Order 2.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Sir, Mr. Hazley asked me to give you this.
Thank you. Pardon me.
Wouldn't be enough to take out a building. Cell phone dead spot, no service?
Yes, I was trying to call my office.
Here, try mine.
Yeah?
Styles. We've been checking into Captain Agassi's background. He's got a cousin who works in Israeli security. Her name is Neely Dembski.
Thanks. I'll check it out.
Ms. Dembski made a full confession. She believes in a greater Israel. No Arabs allowed. And apparently she's a new convert to the lunatic fringe. Kept her opinions to herself.
And walked that table into the hospital under her personal supervision?
Yes, I got it. Thank you. Ahmed Habib has been captured. It was a joint operation between Israeli and Palestinian forces.
Are they willing to go public with that?
No, they'd like to keep it secret. They don't want their hardliners to hear about it.
So we're back where we started.
Not all the way back.
Welcome home, Ms. Lowell.
Thank you, Joshua.
Is the world a safer place for your trip?
Let's hope.
And how are relations on the personal front?
They're fine. Ex-husband again, huh?
Lex? Do you mind answering that? Well, come on, I'll buy you a cup of coffee.
Terry. Hello?